Good morning everyone and welcome to Pesos and Cents. Now, we've been talking about technical analysis for the past few weeks and this will be the conclusion of our technical analysis series. This has been conducted by Mr. Juanis Barredo, the VP for Sales and Marketing of citiseconline.com. So, welcome back, Juanis.
Today we'll be talking about how to understand the building of area patterns. These are quiet moments in markets where prices have to be able to move sideways for a while, and we'll try to extract some useful information out of that.
Ngayon, dito na talaga yung things that we can actually look for to really start buying. Talagang kailan tayo papasok or kailan tayo lalabas. I guess ito na talaga yon.
Yes. So what we're going to talk about is what we call an area pattern, or these are patterns of behavior that move sideways for a while because markets are a little bit tired and they move and they groove sideways for the meantime. This is a typical type of consolidation or an area pattern where you see prices are moving up and down above a resistance and support area. And what we want to watch during this quiet moments or hindi medyo maingay during these times is what's happening to the price. Sino bang bumibili at is it getting stronger or is it getting weaker? And by observing these types of area patterns, we should be able to tell what's going on. Now, here in this particular example, we can see prices are going up and down. Now, what we're waiting for this particular situation is for prices to be able to go above that resistance.
Okay.
We call that a breakout. When that happens, that means lahat yung nagbebenta dito, naubusan na sila. There's nothing left for them to sell anymore. And the only thing left is that you have a heavy amount of buying that's still driving the price, and it's because of that prices tend to go higher. So this is one of the best times to be able to buy a stock. That way, in a very short period of time, you will see prices be able to move higher.
Okay.
One of the things we have to be careful about is the opposite of this, which is this, what we call a breakdown.
Breakdown naman yan. Okay.
Yes. So the other way around naman is you see prices are moving up and down and they will fall below your supportive area, and this means lahat yung namimili dito din sila yung ngayon na naubusan. They don't have much force anymore in the market, and because of that, the selling pressure becomes bigger. Nahuhulog yung presyo.
So, are there, kumbaga talagang patterns? I guess meron kang papakita mga patterns na talagang dapat tinitignan or binabantayan para alam mo, uy, this looks like it's headed for a breakout, or uy, mukhang magbre-breakdown to.
The best way to be able to think about it is that when prices are moving sideways, there are two things we should watch for. The first one is how big is the size? Right? Because the size of the pattern will tell you later on how far the movement will go.
So, bale, kung mas malakas yan, mas malaki yung distance na yan, pag nag-breakout o breakdown niya, mas malakas.
That's correct. Okay. Yes. So, in this particular example, let's say we have a particular company that's moving around, and if you notice that in this edge, medyo at this area, pumipitik na pataas ng resistance nyo. So, when you're getting that particular type of breakout situation, it's a good time to try to buy this stock. Now, what we're gonna do today is tignan natin kung medyo kagaano kataas pwede siyang umakyat. Okay? So, one way to do that is i-measure natin yung distansya nito, the height of this area over here.
Mula dun sa support and resistance.
That's right. So, for example, the lower end of this at 5 pesos, the higher end of that is roughly about 7 pesos. So, the difference between 7 and 5 is the size of 2 pesos.
Yes.
So, when prices break out of that particular range, we call this the breakout price, which is at 7. Now, what we're going to do is we'll do a little calculation here. If at 7 pesos prices are rupturing up, the minimum amount of upside you will get is the size of this pattern.
So, in this case, 2 pesos.
In this case, 7 pesos minus 5, 2 pesos. So, if it will climb up 2 pesos more after 7, your target price now becomes 9 pesos.
So, dito yung, kumbaga, kung bumili ka, yan yung tatargetin mo, diyan ka dapat nagbebenta. At least, hahawakan mo pag malapit na sa, maybe, hindi naman kailangang eksaktong 9, right. Baka 890, 895, ganon. Pero, malapit sa 9.
90% of the time, the tendency is when prices climb up is not only do they hit that, but they can usually surpass it. Right? So, there's a very high probability of that.
Okay. So, ano pa ba yung mga dapat tinitignan?
The second thing we'll look at in an area pattern is the shape naman ng area pattern. Now, when we say the shape is, what does it look like? Like in this one, for example, in our example over here, it looks like there seems to be a rectangular range forming here.
Simple lang, ganun lang eh.
Yes.
Flat nga eh.
In this one, it looks a little bit different. Here, medyo flat yung taas, and here, you can see it going up. So these are two different types of patterns. By looking at the shape, you can tell what the potential of that market to do. Is it more likely to go up, or is it more likely to go down?
Okay.
Because each shape represents a different psychology in the buying and the selling.
Okay.
All right. So in the first example here, for example, since the demand or the people who are buying and the people who are selling are just content to buy at their price and hindi naman sila medyo agitated dun, it means that things are all neutral. So in a case like this, medyo 50-50 lang yung chance that it might go up or go
Or it
down.
might go down. Okay.
Yes. Now, in this particular case, this is what we call an ascending triangle. But in this case, you can clearly see that the demand is going higher. The amount of selling is just standing here in place. It's not really very aggressive. So in a case like this, there's greater chances when demand is stronger than people who are selling that you have the potential for this to go higher.
So
and in fact, it's 85%
of the time. Pag nakita na yung ganyan, malamang magbe-breakout siya.
Na yan.
Pero pag ganon, baka pwedeng po yung mag-breakdown. So kumbaga, mas magandang nakakakita na
mas
ganyan.
maganda itong pipiliin natin kung bibili tayo before the breakout.
Can you give us now parang mga one example lang of in reality na, may nakita yung ganon, tapos ganito yung nangyari talaga.
Okay. Here's an example of a company in the exchange right now, which it went up first initially, sometime in 2010, and then it stayed sideways for a very, very long time. Medyo ilang buwan siya na nakapark doon na sideways.
So ito sinasabi natin yun. Okay.
So itong halimbawa ng isang area pattern, and you can see we call this a symmetrical triangle, and it's winding up inside. Inside that wind up, it's trying to build up energy. And then, as you can see, it was managed to be able to push above that area over here. And that's telling you that there's a potential for prices to go up. So, ang gagawin namin dito is titignan namin kung pwedeng bumili dyan at ini-estimate natin anong upside natin. And to do that, like what we did earlier, we will measure the height of the pattern. Yes. So, 17 peso high with a 13 peso low. That's roughly 4 pesos in size. And then the breakout price came at 1570. So 1570 plus 4, we can estimate the potential target of 1970.
Based on the chart, lumampas pa nga siya sa 1970.
Lumampas pa siya sa
20. So talagang malaki yung kinita. Kumbaga, titignan mo, halos 6 na buwan or mga 8 buwan lang yan na nandun sa pattern na yun. Kumbaga, so medyo
another way to look at it is, instead of buying this and holding this for such a long time, if you only bought it here,
mabilisan talaga. Doon talaga yung mabilisang kita.
Mo.
Parang 4 na piso ka kaagad ang kinita mo doon. Wala pang mga 3 buwan. And I understand kung medyo may mga tao dyan na, saan pa ba pwedeng magtanong ang tungkol dyan? You can always attend the seminars that are conducted regularly at citiseconline.com. Punta lang kayo sa website nila and you can attend Sir Juanes' Technical Analysis Seminars. 2 parts yon. It's free and it's open to everyone. So, hanggang dito na lang tayo, Sir Juanes. It has been a pleasure for us having you here.
My pleasure as well.
You have taught us a lot and I hope that for all our viewers, marami kayong napulot mula sa aming mga pinag-uusapan over the past 4 weeks. Hi Aya, in which denomination is it best to invest in? Dollar or peso?